This video is about syntax errors. Rather than describe it, I'll show you some syntax errors and then I'll give you a definition afterwards. So let's go to gcsecs.com, click on that, hover over Contact More, click on Code Editor, just drag the partition across a little bit and then highlight and delete these comments. Okay, so let's start off with a simple variable. Let's say name equals Dwayne, and I want to print hello name, whoever, in this case it would be Dwayne, name, and then how are you? Y-O-U, there we go. Y-O-U even. So there we go, simple 2 lines of code. A variable, if you don't know what a variable is, please see my video on that. A variable that holds the string called Dwayne. If you don't know what a string is, please see my video on that. And then the second line of code here, it says it uses the print function to display the string hello, and then the contents of the variable, which we know is Dwayne, so it'll say hello Dwayne, how are you? That's the theory. Let's give it a go. There we go. So it says, hello Dwayne, how are you? Nothing wrong with that. No errors. So how about we introduce our first syntax error? Well, first of all, I'm going to delete this little comma. How important could it be? Just get rid of the comma. Let's see what happens. Run the code and it says syntax error. And it points to this line of code and it's saying somewhere on this line of code is a syntax error. Well, we've just found out. We removed a comma. I'll put it back in. And there, it works. So that piece of punctuation is really important. So punctuation is part of a syntax error. Well, is it just commas? What if I get rid of this bracket? Can't be that important. There we go, get rid of the bracket. No, there we go again, syntax error. All right, I'll put the bracket back. Let's make sure that works. And let me get rid of one of these speech marks around the string. That can't be that important. No, syntax error. So the first part of our syntax error is an error in punctuation. Here's another part of a syntax error. Let me just run that. Let's see the word print here. I'm going to misspell it. I'm going to get rid of that N, and already you can see it's changed the color, but I'm going to get rid of that N. Now it says print. I'm going to run that, and it's giving me an error. It doesn't say syntax error, but it definitely is a syntax error. It's trying to guess, well, you know, it's not defined. Print is not defined. Is this some sort of variable or something? What are you doing there, Mr. Bad Coding person, right? So I know it's a syntax error. Why? Because I made a spelling mistake. So now we've got 2 instances of what a syntax error is. A problem with punctuation, or a problem with spelling, all right? What if I put it back, put the N back in, but notice I've used a capital N? That should be okay, surely. No, it's not. It does not like the function print spelt with any capital letters. It's case sensitive. It must all be lower case. Okay, and the third part is grammar. Now, in schools, in primary schools or little schools, they tell you, ooh, check your spag, check your spag, check your spag. And you go, oh, what's spag? And it's spelling, punctuation, and grammar, right? So a syntax error is an error with either your spelling, your punctuation, or your grammar, or if you're really bad at coding, all of them. So we're checking for spag errors. Well, let's have a look at a grammar error. And I'm just going to use a quick if statement. If you've never seen these before, well, you're being introduced to it now. If name is the same as Dwayne, print Dwayne is here. All right, so I've now got a first ever if statement. You can see it uses the comparison operator. And if you don't know what a comparison operator is, you need to see my video on that. So if the thing in the variable called name is the same as this string Dwayne, then it should print Dwayne is here. Well, wait, let's have a look on line 2. There's that variable of name and it has got Dwayne in it. So if Dwayne is the same as Dwayne, print Dwayne is here. Well, it is. So let's see if it works. Well, it is. There we go. It works. Dwayne is here as displayed because Dwayne is the same as Dwayne. What if I introduce some bad grammar? If the thing in name. There you go. I mean, surely that should be all right with Python. If the thing in name is the same as Dwayne, all right? I've invented my own grammar, and let's see if that works. No. All right? Syntax error. This dodgy line of code on line 6 is not proper grammar in the Python language. There is no such thing as if the thing in name in the Python language. It just goes like this. If name is the same as Dwayne, and I'll run that again. There we go. And it works because I use the proper grammar. Okay, so that's 3 types of syntax errors. The first one is wrong punctuation. Like for example, if I get rid of this colon and run it, it should give me a syntax error. The second one is a spelling anything incorrectly. And the third one is using the incorrect grammar. SPAG, spelling, punctuation, and grammar are syntax errors. Okay, so have a go at this task. Okay, so here's the task. It says syntax errors, artificial intelligence, and we've got some code here. The object of this task is to copy this code and fix it. All right, so have a go at that. Copy the code out, look for any spelling errors, look for any grammar errors, look for any punctuation errors. Pause the video, copy the code, make it work. Okay, so here comes the answer. I'm going to copy this bad code, Control C on the keyboard, go to my code editor, Control V. Just going to make sure it doesn't work. Yeah, it's giving me an error message. Let's go line by line. Okay, so line 2 is a comment, and if you don't know what a comment is, you need to see my video on that, and I'm happy with that. Don't see any errors on that. Line 3, print bracket speech mark hello speech mark bracket. That looks fine to me. I have no problem with that. Line 4, the variable name is set to string input my name is AI, what is yours, and there's missing a speech mark, so I put the speech mark in. Line 5, print the string hello and then name, pleased to meet you, and it's missing a bracket, so let me put the bracket back in. Okay, so line 7, color, the variable color is set to string input with a wrong P there. Let's fix that. Speech mark, please tell me your favorite color, close the speech mark, close the 2 brackets. So I've got 2 open brackets, 2 closed brackets, that looks good. Line 8, there's a big old capital R there, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, the color has changed, so I'm happy with that. Print the string yes, comma, color, comma, is a nice color. The rest of that looks all right, but I'll test it in a minute. Line 10, print, how old are you, close the speech marks. Do not have those speech marks, I've just changed that. And I think I'm missing a comma there, so I'm going to drop that in and just put the speech marks around my string there. 11, age is equal to int input. That looks okay to me. Number 12, print speech marks. Well, you seem much older than speech marks, and I think I'm missing a comma there. Now, on my first inspection, I reckon I've picked out all, as many as I can. I think I've picked out most of the errors, but you only really know when you run your code. So let's run the code. Hello, my name is AI, what is yours? You can call me Mook Bobby Face. Hello, Mook Bobby Face, pleased to meet you. Please tell me your favorite color. Red. Yes, red is a nice color. How old are you, Mook Bobby Face? Let's go with 100 years old. Well, you seem much older than 100. There we go. It did not crash. So it looks like I got rid of all of the errors. Okay, so syntax errors are errors with spelling, punctuation, or grammar. And that's it. That's what syntax errors are.